Hi everyone! Before we begin, I want you to look at the bag on the screen. Yes, now that bag looks ordinary, right? I mean, ordinary. But imagine for a moment that that bag represents your life. Inside that bag are the things that you carry every day: school requirements, family expectations, social media pressure, deadlines, and sometimes our own fears and worries. Now tell me what happens when the bag becomes too heavy. Yes, exactly. It might be hard to carry, you get tired, it might break. And just like that bag, when life feels too heavy, we feel stress. The problem is, many of us carrying stress without knowing how to cope with it. We pretend that we're okay, we pretend that we're fine, even when we're already exhausted. So today, we're going to talk about something very important: coping with stress. Now remember that this lesson is not just for school. This is for your mental health, your peace, and your future. Now before we talk about definitions, examples, or explanations, I want you to pause for a moment. Think about your day so far. From the moment that you woke up today, the things you had to do, the expectations placed on you, the thoughts running through your mind. Some of you rushed. Some of you felt tired before the day even started. Some of you are here physically, but mentally, you're already overwhelmed. And maybe you didn't say it out loud. Maybe you just told yourself, okay lang, kaya ko pa, kakayanin ko pa kahit mahirap. But what you're feeling right now, that pressure, that discomfort, that tension has a name, and it is called stress. You know what, guys? Many people think that stress is always bad. That if we feel stressed, something is wrong with us. But you know, the truth is, um, there would be no life without stress. Anong ibig sabihin nun? It means that stress is not our enemy. Stress is a natural and necessary part of our life. It pushes us to grow, it helps us to adopt, and it helps us to respond when life challenges us. Now, without stress, we would not feel motivated to act to solve problems or even to protect ourselves in different situations. Let's say, for example, you have an exam for tomorrow. The stress you feel pushes you to focus and prepare, right? That stress helps you succeed. That stress helps you to to gain a good grades because you study hard. When athletes feel nervous before a competition, that stress helps them stay alert and perform at their best. When you plan for a big event, let's say, for example, starting a new job, getting married, or reaching personal goals, stress is always there. Not to stop you, but of course to prepare you. Now, this kind of stress is what we call a positive stress. It's somehow uncomfortable, but it helps us to grow. Now, as it was quoted by Ong Sinton in Psychology of Stress, saying that there would be no life without stress. Stress is an inevitable part of our life. Now, we cannot completely avoid stress because life demands effort, adjustment, and change. Every day we respond to responsibilities, to school, to work, to family. Every stage of life brings change, starting something new, moving forward, become someone new. And you know, di ba? Sometimes life surprises us. The problems we did not plan for, yung mga challenges dumadating that we did not expect, all of these create stress, tama? So kung ikaw ay stress ngayon, doesn't mean na mahina ka. It means that you are leaving. And here's the important part. Now, while stress is part of our life, too much stress or stress that is not managed can become overwhelming and harmful. That is why the goal is not to eliminate stress. Hindi natin goal, no? Natanggalin ang stress. But our goal is to manage it. to learn how to relax, how to organize our time, how to talk to someone when it becomes too heavy. Because stress will always be part of our life. But how we cope with it determines whether it helps us grow or slowly drain us. Now that we understand the stress is a natural part of our life, ang susunod na tanong ay, lahat ba ng stress ay masama? The answer is no. Now, stress can actually be helpful or harmful depending on how much we experience and how we handle it. Na meron tayong tinatawag na beneficial at destructive stress, no? Unahin na natin itong beneficial stress or it also known as eustress. Now, the stress that can be beneficial and helpful to individual when a small and sporadic amount of stress occurs. So, ito yung tinatawag na stress na nakaka-motivate sa'yo. It pushes you to grow, it helps you to adapt, and it helps you to achieve your goals. So these kind of stress may feel uncomfortable, but it feels manageable kasi it helps you to perform better. Halimbawa, no? Pag meron kang exam, yung stress na nararamdaman mo that time pushes you to study harder and focus. Kapag halimbawa, you feel nervous kapag meron kayong performance or presentation sa school, yung stress na nararamdaman mo, it helps you to stay alert and do your best, di ba? So, pag halimbawa, nagsiset ka ng personal goals mo, gusto mong matuto ng bagong skill, when you're joining a competition, or meron kang gustong improve sa sarili mo, yung stress na nararamdaman mo that time, it helps you to stay committed. Kapag binigyan ka ng new project or responsibility, di ba, it may feel challenging at first, lalo na sa mga nagiging leader ng klase or nagiging leader ng group, no? It helps you to develop new abilities. Pero meron din tayong tinatawag na destructive stress, no? Or also known as distress. So ito naman ay nararamdaman natin or nangyayari kapag sobra na siya. Kapag matagal mo na siyang nararamdaman. Now, destructive stress is instead of motivating you, it starts to drain you. Halimbawa, um, you have too many responsibilities all at once. And if you feel mo na parang nabiburn out ka, yung you constantly worry about money, relationships or schools, even when you are trying to rest, parang feeling mo pagod na pagod ka pa rin eh, no? Kakaisip mo sa kanya or kakaisip mo doon sa problema mo sa parent financially or any situation that happens in your family or friendships or in relationship. When you experience a major life crisis, halimbawa is death of a loved one, dealing with serious illness, or when you're in a toxic relationship or toxic environment na lang, no? Where there is always pressure pero wala kang support na nararamdaman. Now, when stress becomes destructive, it affects your whole being, no? Makakaramdam ka ng depression, you may experience sakit ng ulo, fatigue, palaging masakit yung katawan mo, no? You may have trouble sleeping or concentrating. No, instead of being productive, feeling mo very unmotivated ka, pagod na pagod. Now, that's why learning to recognize our stress is very important, no? Kasi pag naintindihan natin kung ang stress ba na yon is beneficial or destructive, you can respond in a healthier way or manner. Now, kapag nako-cope natin yung stress natin, it allows us to turn challenges into opportunities. Now, instead of letting those become obstacle, that brings us to the most important part of our lesson, and that is how we we cope up with stress. Now, let's move on to the three views about stress. Now, we've learned that stress is part of the life. We also learned that stress can be helpful or harmful. Now, let's understand stress from three important perspectives. Unahin na natin to, parang paus ako, no? Stress as stimulus. Now, this view focuses on the cause of the stress, the things or events that trigger it. So, ito yung tinatawag natin na stressors. Halimbawa, no, exam, Deadlines, family problems, financial difficulties, heavy workloads, unexpected events, car accident, breakup with your boyfriend or girlfriend, and separation from loved ones. Now, in this view, stress is seen as something that happens to us. So, kung merong exam tomorrow, yung exam, yung tinatawag mo na stressor. Okay? So, the next one is the stress as a response. The way the body reacts to challenging situations. Itong view na to, it focuses on how our body and mind react to stress. Ang tanong dito sa stress as response is what happens inside us kapag stress tayo. No? Halimbawa, pag pagtibok ng puso ng mabilis, 'di ba? You feel nervous, anxious, or irritated, pinagpapawisan ka, parang pagod na pagod ka, or you have difficulty in breathing, concentrating. So, yung response na yun happens because our body releases stress hormones. So, meron tayong tinatawag na adrenaline and cortisol. So, this view, the stress is not the problem itself. It is our reaction to the problem. And lastly is the stress as relational. So, itong view na to, it looks at the relationship. So, it says here, assessment means that when a person allows reasoning to prevail and weigh the relevance of the situation. So, katulad nga ng sabi ko kanina, it looks at the relationship between the person and the situation. So, yung stress depends on how we interpret or appraise a situation. It depends upon the perspective of the person on the situation. So the same situation can be stressful for one person, but not the same for the other. No, let's say for example, a flight delay. For some person, it can be stressful, but not the same feeling as other person. No, let's say another example. There are two students having the same exam. One student sees it as a challenge, and the other sees that as threat or feels overwhelmed. No, parehas silang may exam, but their perception is different. Now, stress can be in three views. It can be in different views. Event that pressures us, and that is a stimulus. The reaction inside our body, and that is the response. And the meaning that we give to a situation, and that is what we call relational. Now, when we understand these three views, we were able to gain control. No? We may not always control the stressors, but we can manage our response. And we can change how we think about the situation. And that is how coping with stress begins. Now, earlier, we talked about stress as stimulus, yung mga bagay na nag-trigger ng stress. Now, these triggers are called stressors. Tandaan yan ha, stressors. But not all stressors come from the same place. So, hindi lahat ng cause ng stress natin, isa lang ang pinanggagalingan. The stressors can be external or internal. So, unahin na natin itong external stressors comes from outside of you, like certain situations and people. So, these are events, situations, and people that we often cannot fully control. Halimbawa, no? School demands, exam, deadlines, group projects, family responsibilities, conflicts at home, argument within your siblings, friends, or significant others, financial problems or lack of resources, changes in life, like lumipat ng bahay, o kaya naagang mabuntis, maagang nag-asawa, or nag-separate yung parents, no? Kahit nga yung traffic noise or heavy workload can be an external stressors. Now, these stressors happen around us, but they affect how we feel inside. Now, the second one is what we call the internal stressors coming within you and often linked to our own thoughts, no? Yung sarili mong nararamdaman or physical conditions. No? Halimbawa, you always do a negative self-talk. No? Sinasabi mo sa sarili mo, I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. You are too perfectionist, feeling that everything must be done perfectly. You set high standards of yourself that were in fact when you fail, you got very disappointed about yourself. You fear of failure. You fear of disappointing other people. You are overthinker. You worry too much about the future. Masyadong mababa yung self-confidence mo. You always doubt of yourself. Even when nothing stressful is happening outside, internal stressors can make us feel stressed. Now, sometimes yung external stressors is the same, but the internal stressor is what makes it heavier. No? There are two people can face the same situation. Pwedeng mangyari yon. Pwede yung isa, he feels challenged, and the other feels overwhelmed. Now, the difference is often what is happening inside their mind. Now, that's why coping with stress is not only about changing the situation, eh. It's also about changing how we think, how we talk to ourselves, and how we respond. Now, when we learn to manage both external and internal stressors, we will learn to protect our mental and emotional health. And that brings us to closer to living a healthier, a more balanced life, I guess. Now, the following on the screen are the possible sources of stress for teenagers. No? So, comment ninyo sa comment section yung mga hindi natin mame-mention dito, no? School demands, negative thoughts and feelings about themselves, change in their bodies. If you have problems with friends or peers at school, unsafe living environment or neighborhood, separation or divorce of parents, chronic illness or severe problems in the family, death of a loved one, moving or changing schools, taking on too many activities. Now, teens can handle stress with the following behaviors and techniques. So, ito yung mga po pwede natin gawin, no? Para kahit papano, we learn to manage and handle our stress. So, pinakamahalaga, of course, is we exercise and eat regularly. You avoid excess caffeine. Ako mahilig ako magkape pag stress ako. Actually, totoo yun, no? Yung aroma ng coffee, talagang pag naamoy mo siya, nakaka-relieve siya ng stress. Pero sabi naman kasi dito sa number 2, excess caffeine intake. So, ibig sabihin, pwede pa rin tayong mag-take ng coffee or kumain ng chocolate, no? But moderately, do not take too much of it. Avoid illegal drugs, alcohol, and tobacco. Yan, medyo um, ang tawag dito, guilty. No, yung iba dito kasi pag halimbawa ay may problema, anong ginagawa? Inom, paninigarilyo, no? And at the same time, too much depression, there are some people who really take illegal drugs for them to at least somehow lessen the burden that they feel. But actually, hindi naman din natatanggal ang problema when you take this one. Learn relaxation exercise, no? Abdominal breathing and muscle relaxation technique. Sobrang important to, sobrang helpful at the same time. Kapag halimbawa feel pressure, depressed, no? Practicein lang yung abdominal breathing. Develop assertiveness training skills. Ganito ka ba? No, you always say affirmation about yourself. No, instead of saying aggressively, you try it in a positive way. Okay, now rehearse and practice situation with cause stress. Ito yung number 6. So, kasi madalas, for those people who are really having a fear of talking in front of many people, this is one of the reason of their stress. So, syempre, before you talk in front of many people, you take practice or rehearse. Kasi mas nabibuild up yung confidence natin to speak in the crowded place. Learn practical coping skill, break a large task into smaller, more attainable tasks. Learn to manage your time. You do a to-do list para alam mo kung ano ang una mong gagawin at ano yung mga deadlines na dapat mo munang i-fulfill. And syempre, you decrease negative self-talk. Mas nakaka-trigger kasi ng stress kapag hindi affirmative tayo sa sarili natin eh. No, dapat puro positive lang yung iniisip natin na magiging okay din ng lahat, makakaya ko to, magagawa ko to, and eventually, I will be better and I will succeed on this challenge or journey. So number 9, do not be too perfectionist. No? Maganda naman yun kahit papano kasi you always wanted to make your work at your best, but do not demand too much perfection from yourself and to others kasi mas nakaka-trigger siya ng stress. At mas nadi-disappoint tayo, of course, sa sarili natin, especially kapag tayo ay nagkakamali. You to take a break from a stressful situations, makinig ka ng music, you talk to a friend, you talk to someone that you really trust, you draw, you write, or spending time with pest, no? You spend time with your pet, favorite pet, your dog, cat, kung ano man yung nasa bahay ninyo. No? It really helped to reduce the stress. And of course, mag-explore ka, you build a network of friends who will be able to help you cope in a positive way, no? Now, after this session, I want you to answer the following questions. How will I know I learned it? So, ano yung mga strategies na naggagamitan mo or pwede mong magamit to handle external stressors like deadlines or peer pressure? Now, how do you manage internal stressors such as negative thoughts or perfectionism? And in what ways you can understand the relational perspective and the stress that help you cope, no, yung mga challenges sa buhay mo. So please write down on the comment section your answers. Now, before we end today, I want you to leave this one. Think positively, exercise daily, eat healthy, work hard, stay strong, worry less, dance more, love often, and be happy. I want you to remember that stress is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign that you are trying, that you are growing, that you are living. We have learned that stress can be beneficial or destructive, but it can come from external and internal stressors, and it can be understood as a stimulus response in a relationship. But more importantly, we learn that stress is something that we can manage. You may not always control what happens around you, but you can control how you respond, how you think, and how you take care of yourself. Now, when life feels heavy, remember, you don't have to carry everything alone. It's okay to pause, it's okay to rest, it's okay to ask for help. Coping with stress is not about being perfect, it's about being kind to yourself. So, as you leave this video today, carry this with you, this one on the screen. Think things one step at a time. You breathe when it becomes too overwhelming. And never forget that your well being matters. Thank you, and yes, take care of yourself. Thank you for watching this video. Bye.